You've just entered the True Addict Let's Be Honest podcast, starting in 1, 2, 3. Here we go again, another episode of True Addict Let's Be Honest, and today we have our own lawyer on set, Shalonda Tillman. She's going to give us the ups and downs of the new laws that's coming out. You know, black people really need to know this, so I thought this would be a special episode to really break down the laws and how we're protected and how we're not protected and what's going on with, you know, the movements and everything. So introduce yourself.
My name is Shalonda Tillman. I am a practicing attorney that practices in criminal, family law, personal injury, and also trademark law.
Okay, that's a lot, man. Busy person, man. Busy
Right.
person. So what have you done lately far as like your career? So the firm you work for, do you full blown handle cases and stuff and research and private investigating? I mean, I just watch a TV show, so I don't know.
No problem. So I do practice in family law and criminal law mainly, and with that, we do have cases that we go to. I have an investigator on staff that does the investigation work, and we go through the whole trial. A lot of times, because of coronavirus, we're going through the trial virtually, so we're doing it on camera. And when it permits, we do it in person.
Okay. So how was everything with the new laws and stuff? I seen a lot of new laws come out about people being pulled over, the marijuana thing. Like, what do these laws mean to black people?
So it's very important that we do know our rights, because right now one of the new laws is that possession alone of marijuana will not get you a charge.
Wow, that's big. Now, when did that come out? When did it just start that?
That went into effect in July.
In July. Okay, so you basically saying that people can smoke and drive, and they can go out the window to a police car, and they won't get pulled over.
No, I'm not saying that.
So those people ready to smoke now.
So this is the thing. So you're still going to have to adhere to all of the other laws. What it is that alone will not get you a charge as far as having the possession of the marijuana in your possession. So just having marijuana in your possession, it's not going to be a charge. But driving under an influence, driving can still be a charge. Distributing marijuana can still be a charge. So just be mindful of that. But if they pull you over and you've committed a crime where they can search, because they can't just search your car for any reason. But if they are following under one of the laws where they can't search your car, or you give them permission to search your car, then yes. If it's just simple possession, then you will not be charged.
Okay, that makes sense. Okay, so
it's more so of a citation than a charge itself.
Okay, see where you hit me at is what I didn't think of. Driving and smoking is like drinking and smoking.
Right.
Oh, see, y'all got to remember that, man. So don't be trying to curse the police out if the smoke is coming out the window to the police car.
Right.
Because he's actually pulling you over driving under the influence.
Correct.
Okay. Now suppose is okay. Now here's the thing. So suppose the passenger's the only one smoking, and he's not driving.
Well, again, possession alone will only give you a citation. So be clear on that.
So they still can get pulled over.
They can still get pulled over. If they are smelling marijuana, that is what's called probable cause to stop you. So you don't want to just be blasting music and just not that music will get you in trouble alone, but have marijuana smelling from your car, then that is a reason for them to pull you over.
Okay, that's cool. So now y'all know about that. What other laws have they put into place to help black people or to hurt black people? Because they changed a lot of laws this year.
Well, a lot of things have been going on in the black community, in particular with police violence. One of the biggest laws is that they brought back what's called parole to some individuals that fell under the Fishback law. That means individuals under 18 years old are now eligible for parole, and that weren't before.
Okay, juveniles could get, so they wasn't getting out on parole at first?
No, so this is the thing. Parole has been gone for a long time in Virginia. And what happened was a lot of people that advocated for prison reform and things of that nature argued before the legislation, and they asked that they stated that basically jurors did not know when they were giving people time years ago in the 90s that they didn't have the opportunity to get parole. So basically, when they argued it, they got a law down that if you were charged maybe some 20 years ago of a charge, and you went through a jury trial, and now you're eligible for parole. So you may see some individuals that you knew growing up that are now eligible for parole.
Okay.
Which is a good thing.
Wow, that's deep. Like, I don't know anything about law. Only thing I know about law is when you see the police run. That's pretty much what I know. So about this movement and the Black Lives Matter situation, I was reading something the other day about them collecting so much money, but money not going out to the chapters to really support the different chapters of Black Lives Matter. What do you think about that movement?
Black Lives Movement, the actual organization of that, you're always going to have some people that's not doing it for the right reasons. That's just the case in life. So people that's doing it for money, they're doing it for clout, but there are good people within the organization that are definitely fighting. But a lot of times the media is going to push towards those people that are doing it for the wrong reasons. But as long as we get the best outcome from the circumstance, from the group uniting, then I'm okay with it.
Okay. Because I was just wondering about that because, like you said, the media is always going to point out the negative part. They're trying to disperse the unity,
right?
Which they done back in slavery. They see a group of people coming together, black people coming together, like, separate them,
right?
And that still works today. Like, with the Willie Lynch law, like, is in our minds. Like, most people, like, when they get a little success, they go run in the corner and say, it's mine,
right?
Instead of trying to share what they have to bring the next level up so everybody can have.
Right.
So the mentality from slavery, and we do that. So, and what you're saying is that basically they're always going to find the dirt, and that's the media anyway.
Right.
They're always going to find the dirt about something positive because it sells better.
Right.
And then you have the powers behind that want to break that up anyway.
Right. But what outcome are we coming out with? If we're coming out with better legislation, if we're coming out with, more convictions, then I'm on board. So the good outweighs the bad for me with that.
Okay. So what inspired you to be a lawyer, to go into law? Because, this is not a common thing in the black community, So what inspired you to be a lawyer, to go in that direction?
So when I first left, I am a native of downtown Suffolk, and I always wanted to do something different. I knew I had a bigger calling on my life, and then my brother was convicted of a double murder. That, of course, motivated me to be an attorney when I left Virginia in the Army. And then I got around a group of people that changed the narrative of what you can do. And that's what I want to bring back to my city, changing the narrative of what you can be. I got around a black attorneys, black doctors. So it's easy to see and say, hey, you can do this and you see someone on TV. We see Claire Huxtables and things, but it's easier to become that when it's people around you that you can call and pick up the phone and call, or that you know personally and say, hey, I know that black attorney, and I have on, I can call her easily. So that was my motivation, to not only my brother, but also just to change the narrative of black women and people in my community, that they can do more. They have more options.
Okay, and that drove you from one level to the next level, because it's not easy being a black attorney, then a black woman attorney.
Right.
So what are the trials and tribulations to be able to get there? What should somebody be looking for if they want to come out of the black community, especially as a strong black woman like yourself, to be able to navigate that? Other than putting themselves around people that are involved in this, what would be the first steps to try to go in that direction?
It's all about a mindset. When I first wanted to go to law school, I worked at the Florida Bar, and everybody around me said, don't do it. Don't become an attorney. Everybody, I didn't know anyone at the time before going to the Florida bar that was an attorney, and all my friends back home were like, that's a long time to be in school. So you definitely have to have that driven mindset that nothing can change your mind because you know what you want to do. It's like manifesting what you want to do, and you set up the ways to get it done. And so first, it's just you. It's not going to be some written down ideal or someone else that's going to help you get it through it. You have to know that this is what I want to do. Is nothing's going to stop me to get there. So that was my mindset going to college. That was my mindset in law school. I remember one time one of my teachers was giving me a low grade in law school, and I was like, hey, I did like 3 or 4 requests to meet with her. Like, look, this is important to me. This is this is my livelihood. This is my life. This is what I want to do. So I'm not gonna let this assignment stop me. So again, you just have to have that driven mindset that that is what you want to do. Once you do get into the field, being a black female, I mean, it's a lot of barriers. It's the glass ceiling for males. It's a more white male dominated career, and you have to know that. But again, if you're driven and you're determined, I go to court on Tuesday. I go to court constantly. I go to court with my natural hair and I be myself. So stay true to who you are. You don't have to, yes, we have to wear suits and we have to be professional, but you don't have to lose yourself and who you are to become who you want to be.
And you've done all this with 2 daughters.
Right.
So, that's very inspiring that you was able to take it to the next level, because not only were you faced with those challenges, you still had to take care of 2 more human beings. You get what I'm saying? So that's really big, and people don't understand it. And like you said, the determination, but still, everything that you had weighing on you, everything that you had in front of you to be able to accomplish, and knowing that at any time it could go south, because
Right.
you have the kids to take care of, like they have to eat, they have to be taken care of, they have to be covered, but you still deal with those racist issues of a black woman being a lawyer. That's not normal. That's amazing to know. What was the main thing that kept you on track when you was faced with those type of things? With the racism, with being inside of that community, which helped you, but facing that, it's hard, and it's even harder because they're making it hard for me to get in. What was the main thing that drove you past that?
It's definitely my family and my kids. When I was in school, a lot of people said, hey, I don't know how you're doing it. You have 2 girls. And they used to call my kids the law school kids because I bring them up to study. They do their homework. I do my homework. But that was my motivation, because it's one thing to lose and you just have to worry about the loss that you're affected by. But it's another thing to lose and it's going to affect 2 people that you're taking care of. So that gave me a drive beyond who I understood that, hey, I can't lose, because it's not just going to be me losing. It's going to be my kids losing. It's going to be my brother losing, my family losing. They are all dependent on me to do this. So I definitely was driven by that. And so, yes, you get sidetracked or you get down because you have the racism, it's sexism, it's a lot of things that you deal with as a female and as a black woman. But you overcome them because you have to. Because you have people that are dependent on you. They depend on this legacy that I'm building. My brother's depending on me to provide the case law or help get them home. My kids are provided. I want a better life for them. I want them to have the best life possible. And so they're my motivation.
That's great, man. That's strength, man. I tell you, man, y'all black women are really, y'all really are the holders of self-strength, from day one. God just say, look, this is going to be the strength right here. And I see it coming through you, and what you're doing and how you pushing. So in life, I understand that, people have certain goals that they want to reach, because the only thing we're promised is that we're going to die.
Right.
So like I tell people, I say, you never really own anything. Nothing's really yours. You got a house, you got a nice house, you pay taxes on it.
Right.
Stop paying, it's gone, it's there.
Right.
So, but you do own who you are.
Right.
As a person, you own your legacy, you own your inspiration, you own your essence of who you are. And I think you're doing a great job by building that. So what are your goals? What's your end all far as Shalonda Tillman?
I would definitely want to build. Right now, I have three businesses, and it's just not about having these businesses because, like you said, if I'm not here, can they be sustained? And that's what I'm building on, where these businesses can be sustained and they're a legacy for my kids and my kids' kids, so that we can live off of. And so that's my end goal. Not to be when I'm gone, it still goes on.
Mm-hmm.
You know, the money still goes on, the legacy, the things you build, the assets that you purchase. I want to make sure that, like I said, we build generational wealth and a legacy that is far bigger than what I'm doing today.
Well, that's good. So we looking at a law firm. What are we looking at? Tell me because I'm gonna be looking for. What are we looking for? A law firm.
So right now, I do have a law firm, Anson Law.
Okay.
I'm serving the DC area, and I will be expanding to Virginia as well as Maryland as soon as July. I also have Brilliant Start, which is for entrepreneurs and small business owners.
Explain a little bit more about that because I've been watching that and I want the people to really know because if she's in the law, you definitely want to deal with all her organizations because she's going to make sure that you get where you need to go and be legal. Keyword legal. Tell us about that.
Brilliant Start is a boutique business consultant that encompasses everything you need. So you need your personal credit to be built up so your business credit can be built up. Where we're going to work on your personal credit. We're going to work on your business credit, getting your DUNS number, your EIN, making sure you're in compliance for any service or goods that you're going to be selling. Contracts that you're going to need, dealing with merchants or dealing with the consumers that are going to purchase your product or your service. We have trademarking. You might have a brand that you feel like you want to be protected. So it encompasses everything that you need from A to Z to make sure that you are successful in your business.
Wow, that's great. And that's business number 2.
That's business number 2.
So what's business number 3? Because I'm thinking, you selling boats? I mean, you got so much stuff going on. What's business number 3?
So business number 3 is our our mobile notary, as well as our process service. So this is more targeted towards real estate and lawyers. When you're doing it, or it can be individuals that are suing someone pro se, which is someone that's suing someone on their own without an attorney. And you have to serve someone. You've probably seen it on TV where someone's been served some documents and they're like, hey, You've been served. We do that, and we also do mobile notary. If you need something notarized, we can come to your location and notarize it for you. We also can do closings for homes. So you're getting your home, you brought your home, and you need all those documents notarized and signed, we got you.
Wow. And you're the head honcho CEO of these businesses.
Yes.
Wow, that's amazing.
Thank you.
That's really amazing, man. Once again, you know what time it is. Shalonda Tillman, we got the Lawyer of the Year. She got 10 different businesses, but you'll be able to look up. I have all the information at the end of this podcast, and you can go from there. So what do you feel about this thing about them storming the Capitol and Trump out and stuff? What's your feelings about that?
My standpoint, I'm really not into politics, but I will say that I feel like at this point, that's their business when it comes to African Americans. We couldn't do that. We know that.
Definitely.
We definitely could have stolen the Capitol.
We would have been shot around the corner at the 7-Eleven.
They were shooting us, and they were attacking us for peaceful protests. And so they're not up in arms about the people that stormed the Capitol, though a lot of the Republicans, I don't want to say they, but a lot of Caucasians and a lot of Republicans are not up in arms about it. They think it's okay. But so it's like, let them deal with their business. Right now, I think African Americans, we're in a situation where SOS, save ourselves. So right now it's a great time. I know we've already talked about my businesses, but my business is just a help to what a lot of African Americans are doing right now. We're becoming entrepreneurs, and that's always been the case when there is situations that's happening around the world right now. During the pandemic, we're coming out as entrepreneurs, small business owners, and we did that throughout time. We built businesses when no one would give us a job, slaves or, during the Jim Crow era, African Americans created businesses. And we're doing that now. So we have to save ourselves, and we have to create this generational wealth for our kids, and let them deal with that, what they're dealing with over there. It's good that we're getting stimulus money and money like that. Enjoy your life. I'm not going to tell you not to, but think about tomorrow. Think about investing.
Economics.
Right. Think about investing. Think about LLCs, corporations. Think about tomorrow more than the clothes that we can wear. Shine, wear your clothes that you want to wear, do what you want to do, but think about tomorrow, how it's going to affect your children and your legacy.
And that's the main thing. Like you said, like a lot of people might say, okay, I'm gonna do XYZ, but instead of going buying, you're taking at $1,200 or whatever they're doing, and going buy your son a pair of $300 Jordans. Why not put a $300 in a mutual fund for him?
Right.
Why not put $300 in an investment? Why not start them a business? Why not show them how to buy a stock in Nike
Right.
with the $300? And then, you know, even though they might not be into it at that point at 12 or 13 years old, but then 15 years from now, when mama forgot and he forgot, he got a portfolio of $150,000 that he, you know,
Right.
so I get exactly what you're talking about.
My kids have investments that they don't understand. They're on credit cards that they do not use. These are tools, and they have LLC that they are not totally involved in. These are tools that help them to be successful for the future. So, like I said, spend your money how you want to, but just think about the best thing that you can do as far as making your future.
And that's what holds us back a lot is economics, because without economics, you really can't pull your people out of economics, because no matter even if we fighting, you know, with Black Lives Matter and all the programs that we're doing to try to keep us from getting murdered, until we build economics and be able to say like, okay, everybody's successful, because most kids, you know, they're out here killing each other and shooting each other. If they had something else to do that was powerful and it was backed by finances, they probably would do something else. But it's like when I was a kid and I was in the streets hustling and stuff, my mom and them always be like, you need to stop doing that or you're going to jail, this and that. But they never handed me anything. They never said, stop this or you're going to jail and come work at this shop that we own. And you can make the same money. You know, it's always just stop what you're doing and just be broke. People don't understand that. You know, stop what you're doing and just be broke. It's fine being broke. These young kids today are a little different than when we were growing up, because they really just game. They don't even have no money. I know. I know kids that got 4 or 5 guns. I'm talking about choppers, guns I never heard of before. But they ain't got no money. And I'm like, how do they get all these big guns? But they have no money. They ain't even got a car. You get what I'm saying? You go to pick up. I mean, I remember this one time before, and I remember this guy came to pick up this young boy. He didn't have a car. He's staying with his mama. And the guy came to pick him up in his car. And this guy doesn't have a car. And I'm standing there talking to him, and he go in the house and get some guns this big to put in the other guy's car. I'm like, you don't even have a car, but you got these guns. So the mentality is different. So when somebody get killed these days, you know, in the circle of these young boys or whatever, people kind of blow them off. You know, they don't have it because they're afraid. You know, like, oh, these guys are killing each other. But I think economics is one of the main reasons why these kids are still stuck here. You know,
but economics is also tied to purpose. So you can give someone some money, and then you notice that you have celebrities that still do stupid stuff.
A lot of stupid stuff.
So, but when you find your purpose in life and you understand what you're here for on earth for to do, it gives you a different purpose. I mean, it gives you a different drive in life. So one of the wonderful things I was able to do recently was hire a family member to work for me. And I see the pride he has in the work that he puts forth. And so I know how I felt the first time I walked into a courtroom, when I knew this is what I was born to do. So again, when you have the people out in the street, like you said, when we were growing up, they saw purpose in the drug dealers that had money. That seems like a good life, and I'm okay with having that purpose. But when you can give them money and a purpose, you change the narrative.
What kind of programs you think that would work today? By you being in the court system, you see what's going on, because I know they got a lot of different programs for this and for that. What type of programs you think that will work in the Black community to help these kids find another route in their life?
So, like you said, it's gonna have to be something that's economical because,
Definitely,
again,
definitely.
you can't say don't do it and I know I'm hungry.
Yeah.
You can't say don't do it and I can't pay my bills. My mom is depending on me to help her with the bills, or whether they have kids sometime, even when they're
Mhm.
young, they need help economically, and a lot of times they're turned off by the economical way that they're stuck in doing, because a lot of times once they get a charge against them, then they're just stuck and working in the factories, and they're like, I don't want to do that. So we have to get more programs out there that's going to allow them to have more opportunities to do different things that they may like to do, maybe with something with technology, something with nursing, with medical field, things that is just not making them feel like it's back-breaking labor. They have to go to the packing companies. They have to go to the factories to make ends meet when they know they can make double or triple that. Granted, you're not just going to it's not going to be a program that's going to make you rich without getting the right skills or education that you need. But we need to open up those barriers up. Just because someone has a charge against their name, a felony, that they're only locked into doing one thing.
Mhm.
It's bigger than that. Bigger than that.
It's crazy how they designed it, though. Like
Right.
it's almost like it was designed for the poorest class of people, which were black, with slaves. I mean,
Right.
slaves were going to be poor because they don't own anything, and how they created those laws to say, you know what, this law will keep them behind the 8 ball for so long. You
Right.
get what I'm saying? Because they're going to commit crimes because they don't have anything.
Right.
They don't own anything. They don't have any resources. Their parents don't own it. Their grandparents don't own anything. So eventually they're going to commit crime to eat, and then we're going to lock them away. We're going to strip them of their rights, and they're going to be our slaves again.
Right.
Makes sense?
But I think another program that I would be interested in, and I definitely want to have some mentorship programs. That's one of the reasons why I came back home to my city. Just letting people know that just because you have that charge, then you can still have your own business.
Yeah.
You have barbering, you have lawn care services. There's a lot of businesses that you can open up and be your own boss and make money as long as you have the right
these
tools.
people are great. And I mean, I use these services, all the services I use are black people, and they're really great services, and they really take pride in actually doing them.
Purpose.
If they can get set up. It's
Right.
economics again.
Right.
If they can get set up.
Right. Right. Well, that's what Brilliant Star does. Make sure you set up and know everything you need to do to be in compliance.
That's what's up, man. That's come on, man. Give me something, man. That's what's up, man. So we definitely gonna turn people in your direction, because a lot of people are going to be watching this, and they're going to be wondering like how to get started. And you sound like you have a great program set up to be able to send them in the right direction, and with a little ambition and a little bit of money,
Right.
they'll be able to get going and be able to be their own boss,
Right.
and be able to create revenue and then pass it down, because it's about the passing down.
Right.
I don't care who the kid is or how old he is. It's all about the passing down. If you can see, even with little kids, if they see their father, their mother running a business or something like that, it might not be a high percentage in the black community, but it's a high percentage in the white community.
Right.
They see their parents owning stuff, they go there.
Right.
But we got to build that up a little bit more in the black community to make them understand that, like, you could be an owner, you can run a business. It's a lot of things that you can do. They can be physical or they can be mentally, because we're some of the strongest, wisest, brightest people on earth.
Right.
You get what I'm saying? And if they could just get a little bit of help and a little bit of start and a little bit of more education, they'll be able to go in that direction.
One thing I do also give out is a lot of free game on my Instagram page. I give out the free game on how to do it. It's more so if you want me to do it, you pay me. But other than that, I give out the steps on how to do a lot of things to make sure your business is successful. So make sure you follow me there.
I gotta give it up for y'all. Heard her, man. She's giving away game. She's selling game. Her business is very in tune with what some young black people need today. So I appreciate her. And this is the definition of a strong black woman. If y'all need to know, this is the definition of a strong black woman. That somebody that basically, got to where she's at, even with two. There's no excuses. There's no excuses. 2 kids, gotta raise them, everything, and she done what she need to do to create these businesses and become a lawyer, man. And that's very, 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 very special among black women these days, because there ain't no holdback. You showing them Ain't no holdback. What? Oh, what? Ain't no holdback. You done what you need to do.
Right. Thank you. I
Right.
appreciate that.
So tell them give them your information, tell them where they can reach you at and everything, and how they can connect with you.
So my website is www.goansonlaw.com. That's for the law firm. And then it's www.brilliantstarsolutions.com. You also can follow me at Anson Law PLLC on Instagram. And I'm sorry, is it Dream Building _ Brilliant Start on Instagram.
Okay, there we go. So it was nice to have you here today for the podcast.
I appreciate it.
Like I said, you continue to do great things. You continue to build, and the True Addict brand will continue to support you. And it's all love, and I appreciate you. And
I salute you too, King.
And we're just gonna keep moving, and hopefully we be able to save some lives. Our existence here on Earth won't be for nothing.
Right.
It won't just be a passing by.
Right.
It'll be a pass and go.
Right.
When you pass it on to somebody else,
right.
pass and go. Just like when they what's their race they run when they hand the baton off. Well, you know what I'm saying? Like you gotta
4x1.
Exactly. You gotta pass it on.
Right. Pass the baton on.
Even though you ran that race and you tired, you just got a little bit more to go.
Right.
To be able to hand it off. And some people run out of breath before they get there because they don't see the accolades or the clapping and stuff like that. So they be like, but you're almost there.
Right.
Just keep going and pass the baton, and that person is going to continue your legacy on. And they might be a little faster than you, might be able to get it to the other person a little faster. And next thing you know, you're going to build a whole legacy.
Right.
Right?
Right.
All right. So we'll see y'all again, man. True Addict, y'all know what it is. Let's be honest. Everything we do is honest, man, and we appreciate our guests. And we'll see y'all again.
Come short on 1/4 and you might get killed. Long clip, fully auto is what I reveal. Keep your nostrils out my business and your mental on your dope. I deliver for them digits, taking trips on 64. Will I make it to $1 million? Man, I guess I never know. Just as sure as shit stink, I'm still investing in that blow. So I try to keep hope alive. Hard as how I go for mine. Fucking indictment, nigga. I'm going for they show me mine. Perk connects in LA. You can say it's Kobe time. Throwing them up for 3. I'm on the Ginobili grind. Kill him for 4 quarters. Bury him in overtime. No need for commentators. This deserves a storyline. Move like Money Man. Daytime dollar signs. Third power prodigy. I'ma need all of mine. Chill. We making late night deals. And playing with my money, that's a reason to kill. Things you do on your way to $1 million. That shit.